Welcome to Design to Learn. In this video, you'll learn how to turn ChatGPT into your personal mentor so you can finally understand what you read instead of forgetting it. Because here's the problem. Most people read, but they don't actually learn. Let's begin with a topic related to dopamine. This article covers multiple connected ideas like addiction, wanting, liking, and sensitization, all linked together. But here's the challenge. This is a long and complex topic, and reading it once is never enough for real understanding or long-term retention. So instead of passive reading, we're going to actively learn this step by step using AI and move from basic understanding to deeper thinking and real application. Now, let's use ChatGPT as our mentor and begin our first task. We type, "I have just finished reading this article, and I want to understand and remember it better in a structured way." Now, watch this carefully. We get a clear explanation that breaks down the topic into key ideas, explains where dopamine works in the brain, how it appears even before reward, and why humans are constantly driven to want more. This is where learning actually begins. Now let's move to the next level. Prompt 1. We type, "Explain dopamine and motivation in simple words so anyone can understand. Show how it works in the brain." Now the concept becomes simple, clear, and easy to understand, even if you're hearing it for the first time. Next, prompt 2. We type, "Explain dopamine and motivation using a real-life story or analogy, like playing a game, finishing a task, or getting a reward." Now, something powerful happens. We get a relatable story that connects the concept to everyday life. This is what makes learning stick, because stories are easier to remember than definitions. Now moving to prompt 3. We type, "Give 3 everyday examples of how dopamine affects what we do and why." Now we start seeing how this concept exists in our own daily life. And this is the moment where real learning happens, when knowledge connects with personal experience. Now let's move to prompt 4. We type, "Give me 2 small activities or habits I can try to see dopamine at work in my own life." Now we move beyond understanding into action. We start observing, reflecting, and learning from our own behavior, which makes the concept much stronger. Now comes prompt 5. We type, "Create 1 simple but thought-provoking scenario-based question about dopamine and motivation using examples from everyday life." Now we are challenged to think. We get a situation, a question, and a hint, which pushes us to apply what we learned. You can even type your answer and ask AI to check your understanding. This is where passive learning turns into active thinking. Now let's move to prompt 6. We type, "Explain how a psychologist thinks about dopamine differently from someone new to the topic." Now we see 2 different perspectives, and this is important because experts don't just know more, they think differently. Now we move to the final step, prompt 7. We type, "Create 5 multiple-choice questions to assess my understanding of dopamine and motivation." Each question should include 4 answer options. Allow me to attempt each question before revealing the answer. After I respond, provide feedback indicating whether my answer is correct or incorrect, along with a brief explanation. At the end of the quiz, provide a final analysis of my performance and suggestions on how I can improve my understanding and retention. Now the quiz begins. This is where we test what we actually understood. Let's answer randomly. After attempting each question, we immediately get a feedback, an explanation for a correct answer and an incorrect answer. It explains the gaps in understanding. There are situational questions as well. The system highlights what we understood well and clearly shows what needs improvement. This is the difference between just reading and actually learning. You can further ask ChatGPT to create a cheat sheet with all the core points and examples. Subscribe to Design to Learn and stay tuned for more videos on learning smarter with AI.